Creators, one of the best negotiation tips you will learn comes from an episode of Bluey. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, there's an episode of Bluey called Granny Mobile where Muffin, Bluey and Bingo's cousin, gets into a negotiation / bidding war with a grouchy granny. Now, what makes this relevant to negotiation is last week I was in New York City for... You got a pee-pee? Okay, so anyway, last week I was in New York City for my Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women graduation, and one of our final sessions was with Maury Tahirapur, who teaches negotiation at Wharton School of Business. Maury has worked with some of the biggest names in sports and business, and she said something that really stuck out to me. She said that kids are fearless negotiators. They're fearless negotiators because they haven't been taught to be afraid of the word no. And that's exactly what we see in this episode of Granny Mobile. Muffin goes to this garage sale. She finds this old mobility scooter and she claims it as her own. She fully embodies the role of a grouchy granny. So when a real grouchy granny comes along and tries to buy it, Muffin ain't gonna fold. What makes it even funnier is that the mobility scooter initially had a price tag of $300. However, Muffin saw its worth. She ended up getting into a negotiation bidding war with this grouchy granny and sold the mobility scooter for $1,100. But she was able to do that because she saw the value in this first. Muffin didn't apologize. She didn't negotiate from fear. She stood in her character. She knew her worth. She added value because she threw in some lollies to close the deal. And she owned the outcome. And that's what Maury was teaching us last week. That negotiating is 80% mindset, 20% strategy. That fear, that second guessing, the self-doubt, all of that is learned. As adults, we tend to shrink ourselves. We think we need permission to ask for more. We think that we need more proof. We think that we need more data. But the truth is, the majority of what we need, we already have. We just need to return to that fearless, no is just the beginning, imaginative energy that we had when we were kids. So the next time someone asks you, what's your rate, and you begin to doubt yourself, ask yourself, what would Muffin do? I really enjoyed that conversation that we had with Maury last week. And even as someone who has negotiated over 7 figures in brand deals on behalf of clients, there's still a lot more that I have to learn. And as I'm learning more, I look forward to sharing that with y'all. So definitely stick around.